Embassy is an imposing building on the outskirts of the capital's central business district. It's one of the largest missions in the country, reflecting its role as a key external player in Zimbabwe, as well as the myriad of activities between the two neighbors. The embassy's primary role is promoting economic, social and cultural ties with Zimbabwe. It also works to protect and support the interests of South Africa, providing a place citizens can turn to. That role has increasingly evolved over the last 14 years as the economic giant increases its vast interests in banking, mining and retail. More than 70% of the goods on Zimbabwe's shelves are from South Africa, while the majority of companies listed on the country's stock exchange also originate from its southern neighbor.
In the last few years, of course, Zimbabwe has become very, very dependent on South Africa economically, trade-wise in particular, with a very skewed balance of trade, reflecting both Zimbabwe's economic woes. So we've become almost entirely dependent on that, given the collapse of our industries.
But one of the largest achievements by South Africa's Department of International Relations has been facilitating a path out of Zimbabwe's political crisis. As tension and political violence escalated between the country's two major political parties, the international community isolated Zimbabwe and urged South Africa and the region to do the same. Despite international and domestic criticism, South Africa lobbied the international community to allow it to facilitate a process that would bring Zimbabwe back into the international fold.
One would say that if we were not for that, even if others judge such a role as have been negative at times, one might say that the major achievement was that it prevented what could have been a civil war in Zimbabwe, the consequence of which we would never have been able to understand or fathom.
All is quiet within the embassy now on the political front. The activities of the foreign mission are now more likely to focus on strengthening economic ties between the two countries. Shinga Nyoka, SABC News, Harare, Zimbabwe.